Hello, this is Sarah Braasch. Welcome back to my channel. This is the second of 3 parts of my account of what took place on February 24th, 2018 that led to this entire nightmare unfolding, which led to the infamous living or napping while black incident. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. So it seemed to me that the man was just standing there, waiting for me to enter my dorm room, whether he meant this to be the case or no. I was not about to enter my dorm room in front of the stranger. I have heard one too many horror stories of women being pushed into their apartments or hotel rooms, women who were often followed, but who didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings, so they said nothing about being followed. So I decided again to remain calm, and I simply walked down the stairs to the 11th floor. I waited for a few minutes to see if the man was going to enter the common room, call someone, or simply leave. He did not. I entered a side stairwell. I waited inside a few minutes. I was really just hoping that the situation would resolve itself by the man either leaving or someone coming to get him so that I could enter my dorm room safely. All I wanted was to enter my dorm room safely. I walked slowly up the side staircase. The side staircase opens into the interior of the 12th floor common room. I waited. I took my time. Then I went into the 12th floor common room from the side staircase. It was dark. No one was in there. Nothing was happening. There was no party and no event of any kind taking place. The 12th floor common room also lacks a peephole, but I waited near the door, trying to listen and trying to determine if the man had left or no. For some reason it seemed quiet to me. I thought that maybe the man had left or someone had come to retrieve him. I decided to try to get across the landing to my dorm room. I opened the door slowly and peeked outside. There was no one on the landing of the 12th floor. I felt an enormous sense of relief. I thought the man had left. I made a beeline for my dorm room door. I was so happy to be able to enter my dorm room safely without having to have a confrontation with the man. I stepped out onto the landing. When I got about halfway across the landing, someone called out to me from the landing beneath me between the 11th and 12th floors. It was the man from the elevator. He said, "Hey, where's the common room?" At that point, I thought for a split second about not responding to him at all and just getting inside my dorm room. I felt that I could enter my dorm room before he could get to me if I needed to. But again, I didn't want to be rude. So I stopped, and I pointed to the 12th floor common room. I said, "That's the common room, but you have to be a resident and have a key to get inside. There's no one in there. There's nothing going on in there. If you're not supposed to be here, then I have to ask you to leave." The man said to me, "I'm a student." I said, "It doesn't matter. In order to use the common room, you have to be a resident and have a key. There's nothing going on in there. There's no one in there." And then I said, "I'm a woman alone and you're making me nervous. You're not supposed to be here and I need to ask you to leave." He scoffed at me and began to make his way down the stairs. I went inside my dorm room. I thought for a moment about whether or not I should call the Yale campus police, and then I decided to err on the side of caution and go ahead and give them a call. I called the non-emergency helpline for the Yale campus police. I just want to be really clear about that. I never called 911 and I never called the New Haven police. I called the non-emergency helpline for the Yale campus police. The first thing I said to the officer who answered was, "I'm not sure if I really need your assistance or no." The officer told me, "No problem, just tell me what happened." So I told him, and then he said, "Well, we'll go ahead and send someone by, just in case, just to make sure that everything is okay, and they'll come and talk to you." And I said, "That's great, thank you so much." And then I hung up. Sometime later, it seemed that some sort of party or event had begun in the 12th floor common room. I never heard the Yale campus police arrive, which surprised me because usually you can hear them quite easily because of the beeps and the noise that their radios make. But sometime thereafter I realized that the Yale campus police must have come because I began to be terrorized in my dorm room. It sounded to me as though there were small groups of students, perhaps 2 or 3 at a time, who would approach my door and yell through my door into my dorm room. They were making mocking and taunting comments, saying things like, "Oh fuck, we're making her nervous. Oh hell no, she's going to call the police on us." I was, of course, terrified. I was trapped in my room for hours, unable to leave. I never opened my door. I never confronted my attackers. I never yelled or said anything back through my door. I could not see my attackers because my dorm room door has no people. Okay, thank you so much. So this is the second of 3 parts of my account of what happened on February 24th, 2018. And I will continue the account in part 3. Thank you for spending a few moments with me.